Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and finally, welcome to a new episode of Supernatural Season 5. For you guys on YouTube, you'll have seen a few more episodes before this that you've not seen, but this is the first one that I've recorded for a long time. Like, it's been months and months and months, maybe 10 months since I recorded Supernatural last, and it's been tough, particularly because the DVDs or the Blu-rays are sat right there. It's been so hard not to pick it up and watch something because of where I left it as well, about 5 episodes from the end of the season. I was really intrigued to see how it all wrapped up, or at least for that season anyway. And because I had 10 more seasons just sat there ready to go, whilst I wasn't recording, I was so tempted time and time again to watch it. But I kept saying no to myself. I kept saying, you might go back, just wait. Because I really wanted to do this again. Because I wanted to go on this journey with you guys and to hear your thoughts and to share your opinions on the show. So here I am, I'm back. So just a bit of a catch up on the season before we jump into what's coming today. With season 5, we obviously had the Michael sword, which was Dean, and we had the vessel of Lucifer, which was Sam, and we killed 2 horsemen. Well, we got the rings of 2 of the horsemen. We got War's ring and Famine's ring. Famine was disgusting. And there was that, and all the things the angels trying to get them, and Castiel's now cut off from the angels, and they're hidden from the angels. They killed off Anna, they killed off Ellen, they killed off Joe. It's been a season, and to prepare for coming back to it, I did rewatch all of season 5. I was going to just watch kind of like the key episodes, but I decided because I'm going to do maybe the ranking again at the end of the season, I needed to remember all the episodes. So I rewatched the whole season in preparation for today. Now, full disclosure, when I recorded this show back at the start of the year, I did record this episode, and I think the next one as well. I'm sure, because Hammer of the Gods sounds really familiar, so I think I watched the next 2, this one and the next one. I had the full-length reactions to it, all sorted. I think they maybe been up there on Patreon as well, but because I thought that I was not going to do it anymore, because I just had a bit of a spiral mentally where I was like, I can't do it anymore, I don't want to do this, like, I need to get rid of this all. I got rid of all the footage. I'm really frustrated with myself because it'd been so much fun just to rewatch them myself privately, because especially I got to the end of the last episode where Dean went off to seemingly go to see the angels, to potentially say yes, and I was like, I just want to watch one more, at least one more, come on. I was caught up on the sofa, I really wanted to watch the next one, but I couldn't. And yeah, so with this episode and the next one, whilst I have seen them before, even rewatching season 5, if you've watched much of my channel, you know that my memory of things is terrible. So whilst things will ring bells and I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that now, I don't remember all of what happens in these episodes. I remember a couple of little bits, don't get me wrong, but I'm excited to go on the journey again and just remind myself what happens as we go towards the finale, because I'm so excited to see how the season ends and where it all quote-unquote wraps up, because we know obviously that this was meant to be the final season initially. It was a 5-season show, that was the plan, but obviously they carried it on for a lot longer than that. So I'm looking forward to see how they ended up wrapping up this season, and if it was how they planned to do it all along. Did they make changes? You guys will know more about it than I will, but we'll see. Okay, so this episode is called Point of No Return, the 100th episode of the show. At the end of the last episode, we had Dean leaving Sam at the motel, and I think Castiel was there as well. He was able to kill the Whore of Babylon because he was like one of God's servants now, and he was finally kind of on board, and because he left them, it looks like he's at least going to say yes to not to Lucifer, that's not the right person, to say yes to Michael, and to help them win the war from that side of things as well, because he also said essentially goodbye to, I can't remember her name, the woman who had the kid that may or may not be Dean's, her. He essentially said goodbye to her. And so yeah, let's jump into the episode to find out what it's about. I'm excited to see what I don't remember, because I remember a little bit, which I'll talk about as we get to the episode, but I don't remember all this episode. I remember everything that happens, and I'm excited to see more of my boys. Especially Sam is looking fine this season. Dean is looking great as well. They're both looking really sexy this season, so let's jump into the episode to find out what it's about. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the episode. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And there's a Patreon link down below if you want to watch a full reaction to this episode, as well as the next 3 episodes of Season 5. Maybe the rest of Season 5, depending on how far ahead I am on YouTube. Probably the rest of Season 5, to be fair. Let's jump into Season 5 episode... What episode is this? Season 5, Episode 18 of Supernatural, Point of No Return. It's so good to be back. Here we go. I'm scared. I don't know why, because I've seen this episode before, so I should know everything that's coming, but...
Pink slip? That obvious, huh?
Hi, you.
101. Deal of the millennium. Couldn't even get the one simple yes I needed. Gotta nail that bottom line, right?
I've really enjoyed his storyline this season, though, because of how you can see him
upstairs, ain't it?
unraveling.
Results. They don't know. They're not down on the ground in the mud, nose to nose with all you pig filthy humans, am I right?
Absolutely. Filthy what?
I mean, whatever happened? My boss. I'm ready!
Oh, poor guys.
What? Yes? Anything, of course. Just put me back in. You won't regret it.
He's here to say yes.
Back in business, boys. Oh, when the Saints.
Packing up all his stuff. Definitely feels like he's ready to go, that's for sure.
It's not too hard to figure out the stops on the farewell tour.
His hair looks really good this episode.
Doing anyways.
Like the little flicks.
I'm not gonna kill myself.
No? So Michael's not about to make you his Muppet?
Michael could survive it, though.
Man. This is how
Potentially.
it ends. You just walk out.
It'll just be Lucifer that doesn't survive it.
How could you do that?
How could I? All you've ever done is run away.
And I was wrong. Every single time I did. You know I have to stop you.
Good luck trying.
Yeah, well, you can try. But I brought help.
Who? Castiel?
Nuclear's the only option we have left. Michael can ice the devil, save a boatload of people.
But not all of them. We gotta think of something else.
Don't see much of another way out, really.
Yeah, well, that's easy for you to say, but if Lucifer burns his mother down and I could have done something about it, guess what? That's on me.
It's weird, like, I can see to them it looks like giving up, but to him it's actively going to bring this to an end, so it's complicated.
That's the round I mean to put through my skull. Every morning I look at it. Maybe today's the day I flip the lights out. But I don't do it. Because I promised you I wouldn't give up!
That got me a little bit choked up. This looks familiar. Just had a memory. Just had a memory of what's about to happen, I think. Yeah, so the bringers were back from the dead. If I remember correctly, it's the brother that we never really knew.
That's our brother.
Hey. So we get to finally meet, what's his name, Adam?
Angels.
Angels? Why?
Because of the bloodline,
I know one thing for sure.
right?
We need to hide him now.
So why else would you bring him back to life other than the fact that he's a brother?
John Winchester is our father, too. See, I'm Sam.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's Dean.
Oh, so he knew about them.
I know who you are.
Oh.
They've warned me about you.
Oh.
The Angels.
Oh.
These angels, they popped out of nowhere and they tell me that I'm chosen
For what?
to save the world.
How you gonna do that?
Oh, me and some archangel are gonna kill the devil.
What archangel?
He's another
Michael.
Michael
I'm his
Vessel.
sword or vessel or something, I don't...
All that crap about destiny, suddenly the angels have a plan B? Does that smell right to anybody?
You know,
It does
this
smell
has
like a bit
been
of,
moving
what do they call it? It's called
family,
MacGuffin.
but, I got a thing.
Show us something really convenient happens in a show that I never mentioned before.
Just listen.
You're still John's boy.
No, John Winchester was some guy who took me to a baseball game once a year. I don't have a dad.
Ooh, he's definitely not the
So we
same
may
guy.
be blood, but we are not family. My mom is my family, and if I do my job, I get to see her again. So no offense, but she's the one I give a rat's ass about, not you.
I mean, from his point of view, totally understand that.
The one thing worse than seeing Dad once a year,
Living with
seeing
him.
him all year.
Do you know
Absolutely.
how full of crap you are?
What?
Really? You see, it was me and it was my mom. That's it.
Oh, Cass, not for nothing, but the last person who looked at me like that, I got laid.
Why don't you...
Do it.
Good night, Adam.
Do it right now in front of Sam. That's inappropriate.
I don't believe.
In what?
They can stop it.
In you.
That hurts. That hurts. What?
I
I get it.
I do know they're gonna find a way to turn you.
So you're saying I'm not strong enough?
You're angry.
I think he will say yes at some point.
Self-righteous.
I don't know why.
Lucifer's gonna wear you to the prom, man. It's just a matter of time.
Don't say that to me.
So it's gotta be me.
I have said from the start of the season that by the end of the season, I think one or both will say yes, and I still think that.
Cass.
Like, I'm not the smartest person in the entire world by a long shot, but even I would know that was a plan, a trap, whatever you want to call it, to get out.
It was Sam and Dean. Yeah. Didn't we tell you about them? You know, Sam and Dean Winchester are psychotically, irrationally, erotically codependent on each other.
Oh,
right?
erotically.
Crazy! I rebelled for this!
I rebelled for this.
You surrender to them.
Do it.
Just do it!
Do it, do it. Couldn't you have done that in the first place rather than kicking the shit out of him? Just gone
Bobby,
behind him.
what do you mean Adam is gone?
I'm afraid
Ooh.
we had to terminate your position at this time.
Why?
Excuse me?
Hey, don't get me wrong. You've been a hell of a sport. Really. Good stuff. But the thing is, you're not so much the chosen one as you are a clammy scrap of bait.
No, but what about the stuff that you said?
Bait of a Dean.
I'm
maybe.
supposed to fight the devil.
Not so much. The Winchesters got one blind spot, and it's family. See, Sam and Dean, they're going to put aside their differences, and they're going to come get you, and that is going to put Dean right here. I keep hearing this, but what I want to be hearing is this. Yeah. That's better.
Because either it's a trap to get me there to make me say yes, or it's not a trap and I'm gonna say yes anyway. And I will. I'll do it, fair warning.
There you go.
And he was going to say that.
When push shoves, you'll make the right call. You're still my big brother.
It's cute.
What are you waiting for? Come on.
Oh, Castiel. Castiel. Do that again. That's a cool effect. I like when shows do that sort of TARDIS sort of thing where you go through one door into a tiny room, but it's actually a huge room. It's cool.
Your family.
It's a trap.
Of course it is.
Dean, please.
Let him go, you son of a bitch.
I mean, I thought I was downsized for sure, and for us, a firing, pretty damn literal. But I should have trusted the boss man. It's all playing out like he said. You, me, your hemorrhaging brothers.
Oh, I bet that's so painful.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Okay, yes. The answer is yes. Do you hear me?
Na zod pe sa de.
What was that?
He's coming.
He's up to something. He's up to something.
Of course, I have a few conditions.
Oh,
Michael can't have me until he disintegrates you.
What did you say?
I said,
oh yeah. I forgot about this.
Or Michael gets one piece of this sweet ass.
I want a piece of
He
that
has to
sweet
turn me into a
ass.
piece of charcoal.
You really think Michael's gonna go for that?
Who's more
Yes.
important to him now?
100%.
Michael's not gonna kill me.
Maybe
He
not.
will.
But I am.
Come on. Bye bye. Bitch.
Come on, move it!
They're gonna use him. They're gonna use him fit to be Michael. They're gonna force him to do it. I know you can't force, you have to say yes.
I mean, the world's ending. The walls are coming down on us. I look over to you, and all I can think about is this stupid son of a bitch brought me here.
Yep.
I just didn't want to let you down.
Because they love each other. It's so cute. Just wish they learned to communicate better.
You didn't.
Snot-nosed kid that I've had to keep on the straight and narrow.
Pretty much.
I think we both know that's not you anymore.
No. Although last season,
I mean, hell, if you're grown up enough
Who's
to
worse
find
than
faith
that?
in me, the least I can do is return the favor.
no.
I say we take the fight to them, do it our way.
Yeah. Let's do this. Don't know how. Not a clue how.
Sounds good.
Because we have very limited options. But hey, let's do this. Okay guys, that was my reaction to Supernatural Season 5, Episode 18, Point of No Return. And I apologise for all the lighting changes throughout, especially if you're watching over on Patreon. It's at that weird time of the year. I'm recording this on the 23rd of November, where like it was so bright with a winter, well, almost winter sun today that I couldn't record for ages. The second that the sun kind of moved, I jumped on and started recording, but it's starting to get darker and darker so fast now. Like it's literally only 1:30 at the moment, and it's not like dark, but it's going really overcast, and the joys of almost winter where the light is just very like either too bright or too dark to record, and it's gonna be fun. But anyway, I'm glad to be back. There's bits, you can tell me, I think there's an episode that I've forgotten all about. Maybe it's in season 4, because I had a memory of Dean and probably Zachariah talking in that room for ages about the Angels' plan, about how they wanted the world to end. Is that in season 4? When we discovered that the Angels weren't all that good? Was that like the season 4 finale? Because that's what I had in my head that was going to happen in this episode. I mean, I was right that Dean and Zachariah were in that room talking, but it just wasn't what I expected it to be, and that's a good thing because I have seen it before, so it's my memory of what I thought was going to happen was wrong. But it's really cool, and I really like the idea of bringing Adam back because he's a character that we don't really know a lot about. We know he's the brother of Sam and Dean, half-brother, he's John's son. We don't really know anything about the guy other than when we met him last time, but it wasn't even him, it was a ghoul, I believe it was, who was pretending to be him to get to Sam and Dean or something along those lines. So it was nice to finally meet him, and he's a strong character in terms of he stands by his belief. He said, I want to do this. I was offered the chance to see my mum again. I'm going to take it. If that means helping stop the devil, of course I will do that because that's the right thing to do. And no, that doesn't always line up with Sam and Dean's plan, but do I blame him for having that opinion? No. If I was in that situation, I would make the same choices, I think, because stopping the devil is a really good thing to do. I think I would make the same decisions because, of course, you give them the option to kill the devil. That's a huge responsibility, and you'd want to do that because it's a good thing to do, it's the right thing to do. And Sam and Dean can't just expect him to come along and go, yeah, I'm going to go with what you want because you're my brother, but I don't really know you at all. I just know who my dad is, and yeah, you got the same dad, but we don't know each other at all. But I've got the chance to see my mum again, who's my actual family. Of course I'm going to take that. But then I did also like that they had a twist on that, which was that they brought Adam back, which I thought was to have him be the vessel of Michael. But actually what it was to use him so that Dean thinks that they're using him to be the vessel, to actually bring Dean into the trap so that Dean says yes, so that he's not used Adam as the vessel. But then on top of that, Dean got away, which we'll get to, and Adam's now been trapped and probably is going to be the vessel. So it was a very twisty episode, which I liked, but it kept me guessing. Even though I've seen it before, And at the beginning, when they showed the grave, I was like, oh yeah, Adam's back. I don't think I fully remembered exactly how it was going to turn out. I would hope that I put the pieces together like I did last time, which was, oh, they're going to bring him back because, well, why would they bring a brother back other than to either use him as a pawn or some sort of bloodline vessel situation. And there were some really hard scenes to watch throughout with Dean and Sam and Bobby and Castiel beating him up, Bobby shouting at him that I don't give up because of, I promise you I wouldn't give up. And I totally get where in their eyes him saying yes is giving up because they're not fighting anymore, they're not looking for other solutions, they're not trying to find a peaceful way out of it. But I get why from Dean's point of view it's, look, we've tried, things are getting worse, the world is ending, we're trying to find a way out of it, we can't. The most proactive thing I can think of doing is going and saying yes, because that's an active step towards ending the battle, which I get would mean a lot of death, the end of the world, Sam dying potentially, or Dean dying, but in his head I can see that he didn't see a way out, so I understand it. I totally understand both of their points of view. I'm more on probably Dean's side because I think that I don't see another way out of it, and they're researching, and they're just not seeing it. And then they bring another option to them. Here's Adam. Adam can be the vessel. And he doesn't want that because he wants to help people and save people. And I totally get both why they're annoyed and why he wants to do it, 100%. And it's a tough one, and seeing Bobby shout at him wasn't pleasant to watch, especially when Bobby brought out the gun and said, every day I think about doing it, but I don't because I promised you that I wouldn't. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No. And seeing Castiel's pain. But then Castiel ripped his shirt open. Oh. Well, Castiel. I like that moment just because it was unexpected. Although when he did have the knife, I thought maybe he's going to do that sigil symbol thing. But then, and he looked like he's in good shape, which, surprises me because he doesn't exercise. He just transports everywhere, like, boop, and he's there. So, well done, Supernatural. Give the fans what they wanted, which was Castiel briefly, very briefly, shirtless, but we'll take it. And then, they got to kill Zachariah off, which was cool. I like Zachariah as a character a lot, because he's such a dickhead. But I understand him. Like, I get that he's this well-renowned, is that the right word I want to use? I don't know, but he said himself, I was someone who was feared. I was this angel who was on top almost, and people stood up to me. People bowed down to me. And you two turn up, and they don't anymore. You two turn up, and people make me a laughingstock. People think I'm a laughingstock because I can't get you to just say yes. And obviously, it's not just yes, say yes, because there's a lot of death and other things behind that. But I like his journey from how he helped them, because he was the one that did the episode in season 4 where they were in the offices, right? So I like how he was kind of not a good character, because angels, now that we know more about them, have never been exactly good characters, most of them anyway. But I like how he was sort of helping them for his own goals, but now is actively a villain character, like he said in a few episodes ago. Which one was it? I can't remember. But he said the line basically that he's petty, and you've pissed him off, and now he's petty, and he will do what he has to do to get back to you, to get you to do what he wants. And I liked his journey from one thing to another, but still always being quite menacing. And he never really changed as a character because, I don't know, I think he got more honest about what he wanted, and I just liked I don't like his character so much in the sense that, like, I root for him, I don't root for him, he's a dick, but he's funny. But I like the fact that he had a bit of an arc, and also he got killed off in a really cool way. And obviously Sam jumped out from behind to try and kill him and didn't. And then when he said, I've agreed that I will say yes to Michael on the provision that you die, and he was like, no, they're not going to kill me. Yes, they will. You've said yourself in the past, from the conversation that I thought was going to be this episode, was obviously the angel want the apocalypse because they want the paradise and all that kind of jazz. So one angel, in the grand scheme of things, even if he's an important one, is acceptable to lose because ultimately they're getting the big pawn they want, which is Dean in the Michael sword, in the vessel. Not Michael in Dean's vessel, sorry, in the Michael sword. That's a huge one basically all they need then is Sam to say yes, and the apocalypse can start. Realistically, they don't need Zachariah after Dean says yes. So when he said, "Oh, they're not going to do that. They're not going to kill me," I think they would have done, and I would have liked them to do that. And maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they wouldn't have done. I don't know. But obviously, Dean got there first. But I could see that maybe Dean saying, "Look, I will say yes and give you what you want to start this apocalypse. Just give me that one thing." There's a chance they could have done that. You know, maybe, possibly. Now, obviously, we didn't get to see it. We didn't get to find out because Dean killed him first. But I do like that he got killed off. I'm satisfied that he's no longer a problem. But then obviously it led to them all escaping, minus Adam, who was trapped in the room, and the light was getting bigger, which could be Michael coming to take over him, because that's what I think is going to happen now. Is Adam is going to be Michael, and I do still think, I don't know how, I don't know why, but I think that Sam is going to say yes. I just see that being, if you plan the show to be 5 seasons and the end is going to be the end of the whole thing, you want it to be epic and climactic. What's more climactic than one new character is the literal devil battling his brother, obviously not the brother that I think it's going to be, to the death to save the world, the apocalypse, all that. So I do think that he will say yes. In that place, they said there was a certain place that he says yes, but I can't remember what that was. Overall, though, I'd say it's a really good episode of the show. For the 100th episode, it did what we kind of wanted it to do, which was a lot of brother stuff with Sam and Dean, family stuff with Bobby and Castiel, conflict between them, but also showing love between them, and a lot of stuff about angels and the ongoing story arc of the show. And with some twists along the way, we brought back a character, which I like 100, I can't even say it, 100th episodes of shows often bring back characters for people from the past that people enjoy, and bringing back Adam was actually a good choice. Not that I ever really thought about him much after his episode. It wasn't him, I know, but it was a good choice to bring him back because he was another brother, and there was twists, and a main character got killed, an important character got killed off with Zachariah. It was a great 100th episode. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I apologise, just especially if you're watching the full reactions, if it was a bit fidgety and whatnot, because like I say, whilst most of you do not care what the lighting looks like, I know you don't, I do. So when I could see that the light outside was changing, and I looked on camera to see that it was changing as well, it was really bothering me, so I had to look at it and get it sorted. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you enjoyed the reaction. Let me know down below what you thought of the 100th episode of Supernatural Point of No Return. And all episodes, since I've said the episode title, I've had that song in my head. This is the point of no return. I can't remember who sings that, but it's been stuck in my head. I think it's like an 80s song. Is it Bananarama? Olivia Newton-John? Is it Paula Abdul? Paula Abdul. That could be right. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, please let me know down below what you thought of the episode. And did you like seeing Adam again? Were you happy that Zachariah is dead? What do you think is going to happen? I won't say what do you think is going to happen, but you won't know, so please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. But it's good to be back. I'm so excited to watch the next 4 and finish out the season and then go into season 6, because honestly, guys, it's been a struggle not to watch this show. It's been a struggle, but it's good to be back. Alright, thanks for watching. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves and staying safe. Leave some comments down below, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and please take a look at the Patreon link down below for full-length reactions, early episodes for YouTube, and help support the channel. Alright, thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of Supernatural. Bye guys, stay safe.